All right, fellow patriots, welcome back to another Friday Mental Jiu-Jitsu. My name is Michael Buell, and I'll be your sensei. Hiya! All right, guys, this is my third installment of the four American tribes. The original Red Man, I did them 2 weeks ago. The Chicano Brown Man, I did last week. This week is the Mighty Whitey, the Colonizer, the Blue-Eyed Devil. And then the next week after this will be No Fault of Their Own Black Man. The gist of the situation is we're all under attack. Third world communist Islamic left wing lunatics want to get rid of all of us so that they could take over. Globally, this is a global thing. And then it's going to come, I call them the unholy alliance because there's no way they could work together in society. So one of those teams is going to win, the more communist team or the more Islamic team. We're going to find out. Or we stick together at the Assembly of Patriots and we win this thing. But you can't win it if you don't know you're in a war. You are in a war. So let's get to it for Mighty Whitey. Today's Mighty Whitey Day. Once upon a time, white people lived in first world, family friendly, safe societies. Globally, across the planet, everybody, there's no question about it. 50, 60, 70 years ago, it was wonderful. You got to look at the old videos, how clean everything is, how fit everybody is, how well dressed they all are. Just a clean society doesn't exist anymore. Doesn't exist. We had the highest levels of safety, education, work productivity, health, and happiness. The world was wonderful. And now we're the most hated people in our own lands. We invited the world in, and they repaid us by hating us. So now let me tell you about, you want to talk about white supremacy. Hold on to your hats. Share the glory. What glory? Our glory. The glory that the white people built. So watch this. The dual citizens Israelis, sometime in the 1960s, started taking over everything. They took over the media. They took over our finance. They took over Hollywood. And of course, they took over our government. And academia. They got into the schools, into the universities, and started dancing around in white women's minds. They danced around in there. They pulled at their heartstrings and they tricked them into white supremacy. Hey, listen, all you lower races, all you black and brown people that can't seem to live properly in your own lands, why don't you move to our white lands and we'll teach you how to live? Holy shit. Am I lying? Isn't that what it is? You don't know how to live, so come live with us white people and we'll teach you how to live. That's straight up white supremacy. But then there are white people like me that at the age of 14, I was like, whoa, hold up, time out. How many non-whites are you letting in? Because I grew up hearing that being a minority was the worst thing in the world. And now I'm expected to become a minority and not complain about it, because if I complain about it, well, clearly it's because I'm a racist. So white supremacy is, hey, lower races, downtrodden brown people, move to live with us and we'll teach you how to live. That's racism. Or if I ask what percentage of people are coming in, that's racism. So we can't win either way. We're darned if we do, and we're darned if we don't. Okay. And then a new word was invented. Remember, I already told you a million times, words are used as weapons of war to conquer you. So they invented a new word called multiculturalism. But do you notice it's only for white countries? Do you notice it only happens in white countries? Unbelievable. It sounds wonderful. Share our success with the lesser races. You liberals, you're so racist. You're so racist. The whole concept is racist. White supremacy. We will choose people who want to add value to us. That's not happening. When you open a border and let anybody cross that, then you're not choosing anybody to come help us, mold our new multicultural society. And then multicultural, you got to have pockets of people from other places, not entire cities taken over. All right. By introducing us to, so exotic food is what was promised to us. Of course, hot Latinas, Asian massage, doctors, lawyers, and engineers, the best and brightest from these other countries was what was promised to us, and that didn't happen. We got soldiers, saboteurs, hackers. We got drug cartels, violent gangs, and recently released felons. That's what Biden did for us at 20 million people in a 4-year term. The worm has turned. It has gotten ugly now, people. They take advantage of us. They get our free housing, free food, free education, break our laws, rob us, rape us, red rum us, and if we protest it, it's only because you're a racist. Oh, this is terrible, people. This is terrible. It's no longer multiculturalism, it is destructionism. That's what this is. This is to destroy us. Now, listen, on the Chicano video I did last week, I talked about the Texas Revolution and how wonderful the story of the Alamo is and all the men that sacrificed their blah, blah, blah. It's a great story. But I never knew the first half of the story. The first half of the story is the the Mexican government invited white settlers, Anglos, into the Texas territory to become Mexican citizens, to speak the language, convert to Catholicism, and they gave them land grants, 4,000 acres to ranch, almost 200 acres to farm. All they had to do was follow the rules, but they didn't follow the rules. They didn't convert. They didn't speak Spanish. They didn't follow Mexican law. They were supposed to become Mexican citizens. They didn't do any of that. So the Mexican government said, "Get out. And if you're not going to leave, we're going to throw you out." So that's what the Texas Revolution happened. Well, just like the Mexican government discovered, the new immigrants do not want to assimilate. They want to change our culture. And that's the reason the Mexican government said to get out. You're changing our culture. Well, we got to say that too. But of course, it's racism if you say that. But it's not. It's nationalism, people. And that's how you protect your people, your culture, your identity is nationalism. Only dual citizen Israelis think it's racist. You notice they want all white countries to be flooded with multiculturalism. Is Israel being flooded with multiculturalism? Or are they currently literally kicking out the opposing people? Holy shit, they bombed the whole place to the ground. All right, so this is a global genocide against white people. How do you not see that? If every white land is being overrun by people who hate you, isn't that a global genocide? Let's see, take every white land. Yeah, that ought to be a clue to you. Now, listen, in the 1960s, when all this started, the white global population was 28%. That's how many white people were on the planet. 28% of the planet was white people. Today, it's 13%. In 60 years. Shouldn't that be a clue? Well, what could possibly cause that? This big reduction in population, a 54% drop in 60 years? That's a genocide. Wake up. My God. Well, high taxes, that would cause it because you can't buy a house. You can't get married and have kids. You can't afford it. You got to pay for all the invaders. Inflation with no job pay increase. That's not going to help us out. Two parents working. The government raises your kids, and you know what the government's been doing to your kids, been messing up their brains. Oh, well, with homo brainwashing. Well, how are you supposed to make babies if you're sticking in the wrong spot, right? And of course, COVID vaccine, that's sterilizing women all around the planet. All right, the Unholy Alliance will not stop once they get rid of Mighty Whitey. They're not going to stop. It's a global domination. They want to take over the planet. The third world communist Islamic left-wing lunatics will not stop once Mighty Whitey is gone. They hate your race too. They hate your religion. And they hate your culture, not just the white culture, not just the American stuff. They're going to take over Mexico. In fact, I say this. The reason they won't take over Mexico is because of the drug cartels. They will slaughter these people. You don't think if we had drug cartels running around here, this would be happening? Son of a gun. Can you believe it? The drug cartels are going to end up being the heroes for Mexico anyways. Who's going to be the hero for us? How are we going to win? So yeah, everybody, every country, you're gonna face this left-wing lunacy. They're coming for you. The only way to stop it is if we join together. I call it the Assembly of Patriots. We don't have to live with each other. We don't even have to like each other. But we have to protect each other's culture, our communities. Otherwise, we're being overrun. You're seeing it happening in front of your eyes. All right, guys. The next video, if you go to my Facebook page, I'm going to and scroll down, I'm going to talk to you about my upcoming fight. Yes, I will be fighting a bare knuckle boxing match at the age of 56 with all kinds of injuries. I'm going to tell you about it in the next video. And of course, if you want to donate to get my team there, go to GoFundMe. I'll type in Michael Buell, and you'll see my picture pop up. Throw me a few bones, and wait till you see the video. All right. Resist and assist. I'm out.